what can we target here in that P times R equals S that we have some control over? Do we have control over the physical pain or the emotional pain or whatever it is that we're feeling? Well, some people may say yes, but most of the times we don't. If you're feeling pain in your back, for example, it's not that you can just say, I don't want to feel pain in my back anymore, so therefore I'm not going to feel pain, right? There are some nifty kind of mental techniques you can do to get away, to avoid that pain, which would not be considered mindfulness. But in general, we can't always control our experience. But can we control the resistance to our experience? Can we control how we react or respond to our experience? That's really what Shinzen Young talks about. That's why I love this equation, because it's all about our resistance. It's not about the pain. It's all about the resistance, right? So let's say we target our resistance and we practice over time disidentification from those sensations, which means we're practicing non-reactivity. We're practicing non-judgment. We're not adding that layer of, this sucks, right? Or any other slew of thoughts or experiences that can come up. And let's say that same level of pain is there, but your resistance level is on a scale of 1 to 10, 2. You've done a good job. Maybe you're practicing for a number of months, whatever it is. That means your suffering index on a scale from 1 to 100 would only be 14, right? And if you know anything about math, you know that anything times 0 is 0. So the idea being, if you can get your resistance down to 0, then your suffering, your ultimate suffering, will be down to 0 as well. Now, the key here is, I hope I'm not losing you in this one, because the most important point of this, it took me a little while to learn this, and I came across this equation from Shinzen Young after many retreats that I had been on and living through this personally and meditating for hours on end. But the key here is that even when you see that suffering is 0, there's still a pain on a scale of 1 to 10 of a 7. So there's still pain there. It just means the suffering index means that added layer of suffering that I contribute to through myself, through my own mind, through my own added layers to it, is not there, right? So it doesn't mean there's an absence of pain. It's not as though we're feeling some blissful state of body consciousness that absolves pain. The pain is still there. It's still very real, because pain plays a very critical role in our bodies, right? It's just that we don't feel the same amount of discontent and suffering over it, right? It's still there to tell you, like, hey, maybe you should move your knee, maybe you should move your back, because things are getting really tight, and that may not be a good look over time, right? So anyways, I just wanted to share this as kind of like a part to the conceptual map. If you remember, I'll just go back to it real quick. Let me get there, and almost there. Here we are. If you remember this conceptual map, right, we're going from gross level, large level awareness of sensations, to subtle level awareness of sensations, to equanimity of sensations. So it's really in the equanimity of the sensations, or practicing that balance and that non-reactivity, is where we're learning to minimize that R in the P times R equals S equation down from the 7 to the 2 to the 0. Now that may take a lot of time, and that's okay, but that's part of what this practice is.